There's probably something I should explain in terms of what I think about certain animes I watch. Most notably, one in particular called Blade and Soul. This kind of anime is pertaining to those kinds of shows that have a female character, or in this case, a lot of female characters, uh, dressed very sexualized, are pretty much the center of attention in every angle that you would ever see them in. And this is I'm starting to see this as a problem for certain animes, and it wasn't until I've seen the PV videos for the new season of Sword Art Online, and I'm already seeing warning signs on that. And I know for some of you, you hold that anime to be golden, and but don't be mistaken. The show is good, but there are problems with it nonetheless. Um, for for what I'm talking about is when you sacrifice um, character development or character design as a means of eye candy, just to get the audience's attention across. That that really degrades the quality of the anime in my case, and it's very much so for Blade and Soul. Every single female character on the show is dressed very audaciously. There are certain times that you will see the characters maybe in a position that you could get a good look at the chest or their butts. And to me, it's it wouldn't be problematic if it was just one or two episodes that it would occasionally happen. But since this happens every single episode, it becomes bothering to really keep track of the show, as well as the case with trying to get myself invested. The fact that they're trying their damnedest to make the characters look good, that's not really a big issue for this case. But when they're focusing most of their attention on their bodies rather than try to add a little extra to the show that could make it really good, that's that becomes the problem. The show Blade and Soul does have a pretty good plot to it. In fact, it can go a little bit farther with enough polishing. But the fact that there are probably let's see, four, five, six female characters on the show that focuses their attention onto it, and maybe like I've only counted like two or three male characters. One of them, pretty much a child who doesn't even look human in the first place, but he pretty much dies. You know, I don't even know how. I don't even know what to really say to that. You know, and another one of the characters doesn't really even talk. He just kind of stands there and roars and just grunts. Just this big bulky guy that's just in the background to make the other characters look threatening, you know. And it's even worse when the antagonists or the bad guys in the show are two female characters completely dressed in latex. I'm not even joking. Complete latex armor, or not even armor, just kind of any kind of those athletic thin suits that are pretty much cut specifically to the weight. And I want to ask, who in the world tailors outfits like these? It's I just gotta really point that out. Just it doesn't make any sense for them for a villain to go up to a tailor and say, "I want this this specific designs to my outfit as I am fighting," and I can already tell that the tailor is kind of looking at him kind of strangely. It's like, this isn't gonna really offer much protection or anything like that. And I know you guys are gonna argue the point. Well, they want the clothing to be lightweight and be able to move fast. Let me tell you, if you moving fast probably is not going to be the problem, but it'll sure as hell be an issue if you're going up against an entire squad of soldiers who might even have guns, and they do have guns in this show. They could pretty much kill any character that is probably within 20 feet away. And there's even a female character who has pretty much a gun fetish. But the pluses to Blade and Soul is that Akai, I'm pretty sure that's her name, the main character, goes through this trial and these hardships that her mentor had been murdered by Jin something. I can't remember her full name, but it was one of her fellow clans, sort of clan of the sword members, who I still don't really know why she killed him. It's still in question with that, but she just goes on this long journey to seek revenge on Jin, and pretty much live a normal life afterwards. But the biggest problem to the main character is that she hardly ever talks, and I'm not talking like Link from Legend of Zelda doesn't talk. I mean, really, she pretty much a total of all of what she says in each episode is maybe like 3 to 5 sentences, containing up to 5 between 3 to 5 words in them. And this is probably the equivalent of a strong female character in Japan, but it really doesn't really resonate as strong for this. It does become, however, stronger in later episodes, where it's discovered that she had murdered someone close to, and I'm probably going to put spoilers in here anyway, in this portion anyway, but I still think it's really good. She had murdered someone who was married to a certain someone that was looking out for her. And she has been looking out, this individual has been looking out for Akai for this length of time, all in an effort to get revenge for her murdering her husband. And this was a pretty good plot right here. And the fact that she had the patience to do this, and she had the perfect planning to do this, was incredible. And looking at the show right now, I'm still really frustrated that we have to go through the scenes of being all drawn out and very painstaking to really get results for this show. And I gotta tell you, this show tends to be freaking boring throughout 40%, maybe 50% at most for most of these episodes. And it's just, don't get me wrong, there are good episodes on this, including that and another episode with where Hawkeye comes across two kids, two poor kids. They nurse her back to health, but the older brother of the two kids finds one of her weapons and then decides to go out and try to pawn it. But then he comes across a criminal, and he takes matters into his hands and kills him. And then after that one kill, he starts developing the urge of robbing other people for money, and then occasionally gets himself killed. That is a very powerful episode, and I really wish that a lot of people could recognize small things like this. Blade and Soul as a whole still doesn't hold up to be as great an anime as some of the other shows that I've seen. In fact, I can think of a couple of other animes that also don't do as well compared to other shows. I'd still recommend Blade and Soul if you guys are even interested in that kind of show. But I gotta tell you, the fact that people prefer sexualized imagined women to be the main attention and try to captivate the audience to do that is, in my opinion, lazy. Without the third dimension step to really developing the characters, it doesn't hold a candle up to any other show that I've seen that has far better female characters. That's pretty much all I got. If any of you have seen the show Blade and Soul, leave a comment down. I mean, I'm interested in hearing your opinions about this matter, and don't forget to like or subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. All right, see you guys later.